What happens when two poor twin girls are asked to sing at school just to be laughed at, but within seconds, their voices make even the bullies cry? Stay till the end, because what their single father did next will restore your faith in love, courage, and miracles. Heartbreak sparkles. And hey, if this story touches your heart even a little, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that prove kindness still exists in this world. It was a cold morning in a small town where everyone knew everyone, and rumors spread faster than the wind. At the corner of Maple Street stood a crumbling house with peeling paint and a broken fence. That's where Ethan Moore lived, a single father raising his twin daughters, Lila and Luna. Ethan used to be a music teacher before his wife, Grace, passed away 3 years ago. Since then, life had been an uphill battle: bills, food, and endless judgment from neighbors who thought a man couldn't raise children alone. But despite everything, Ethan tried to fill his daughter's world with laughter and love. The twins were only 9 years old but carried the quiet wisdom of people who had seen too much pain too early. Their clothes were old, their shoes worn out, yet their smiles shone brighter than anything else. Every night, before bed, Ethan would strum his old guitar, teaching them songs their mother once loved. Their little voices would join his, soft and pure, turning the small house into a home again. One Monday morning, the girls went to school wearing hand-me-down dresses. Their classmates whispered and giggled, pointing at their scuffed shoes. In the hallway, Samantha, the principal's daughter, sneered, "Hey twins, why don't you sing at the talent show? Maybe you'll win some food stamps." The group around her burst out laughing. Lila and Luna lowered their heads, but their teacher, Mrs. Carter, overheard the cruel joke. She knew how talented the twins were. She had seen them humming softly during art class. So, with a gentle smile, she announced, "Actually, that's a wonderful idea. Lila, Luna, you're performing tomorrow." The classroom fell silent. Samantha rolled her eyes. "Seriously? This is going to be hilarious." That night, the girls came home in tears. Ethan knelt beside them, wiping their cheeks. "You're not going to let anyone make you feel small," he said softly. "You sing because it's who you are, not because they tell you to." The twins shook their heads. "Dad, they'll laugh at us." Ethan smiled sadly. "Then let them laugh. But remember, your mom used to say, the world can't laugh and listen at the same time. You just make them listen." He pulled out his old guitar and began to play the lullaby Grace wrote before she passed away, "Rise Like the Morning." The girls sang along, their voices trembling at first, but soon they found strength. By the end, Ethan's eyes glistened with tears. He knew, his girls were ready. The next day, the school gym buzzed with excitement. Parents filled the seats, students whispered, and Samantha stood backstage, snickering with her friends. The twins walked onto the stage, their second-hand dresses ironed neatly by Ethan that morning. "Next up, Lila and Luna Moore," the host called. A few chuckles echoed through the crowd. The twins glanced nervously toward the back of the gym, where Ethan stood, hands folded, his eyes full of faith. Then, the guitar track began to play, recorded from Ethan's old instrument. Lila took the first line, her voice trembling like a leaf in the wind. "When the night feels heavy, and dreams fall apart." Then Luna joined in, "Remember, the dawn is waiting, inside your heart." By the chorus, something magical happened. Their voices blended like sunlight through stained glass, soft, haunting, and angelic. The entire gym fell silent. Even Samantha froze, her smirk fading as tears welled in her eyes. Teachers leaned forward. A parent dropped their phone. And when they sang the final words, "We'll rise like the morning," again and again, the room erupted in applause. Students stood to their feet. Some were crying. Even the principal wiped his eyes. The twins looked stunned. They'd never heard such applause before. Ethan, from the back, clapped with trembling hands, tears streaming down his face. He wasn't just proud. He was grateful. The video of their performance went viral overnight. Within days, millions watched the two little girls sing their hearts out. Talk shows invited them. Music producers called. But Ethan was careful. He didn't want fame to steal their childhood. When a reporter asked why he never tried to use their talent for money, Ethan simply said, "Because music healed my family. It's not something I sell, it's something we share." Soon, the school that once mocked them organized a charity concert in their honor, raising money to rebuild the Moores' home. Even Samantha came forward and apologized, her eyes red with guilt. Years later, those same twin girls stood on a grand stage, now young women, accepting an award for their music that inspired millions. Ethan, older now, watched from the front row, tears glimmering beneath the stage lights. As they began to sing the same song that changed their lives, Rise Like the Morning, Lila turned to the audience and said, "This one's for our dad, who taught us to sing even when no one was listening." And that night, the world didn't just hear their voices, it felt them. Because sometimes, the most beautiful songs come from the people who had every reason to stay silent, but chose to sing anyway. Heart, if this story moved you, make sure to hit like, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe for more true stories that touch the heart.